Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by water. It keeps you alive, but at what cost? It is December 2020, and you are listening to Leaves in the Jungle, Season 1, Episode
6.
In this game, we are using the Wildsea world setting and system. We are now on playtest C, I think. So it's still playtest, but slightly edited. We're seeing how it goes. Yeah. I am Ian, playing the Firefly, and we have...
Austin playing the Zealacray Zitzi Yaku.
Bev playing Rook the Ardent.
Dylan playing Jisan the Gao.
And Jonathan playing Gomez the Ectus.
Perfect. Okay, let's do our little fun questionnaire here before we do our recap. So I'm going to ask you a question. Let me know what it makes you think of. So what does green rain make you think of?
Acid rain.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Falling of leaves.
Okay.
Spending money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The night after visiting a Mexican restaurant.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
just putting it out there,
Moving on.
if this world has a version of Prince, it's his hit song, obviously.
There you go. Yeah, that's true. Not purple rain, it's green rain.
It's green rain, because that's
Nice.
the only color we understand.
Crezerain.
Nice.
Rain.
That is lovely. Okay.
That's
Okay.
definitely on one of our records.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened last session? And not last session as in the last time we played, because that was you guys playing the other group. But last session that this group was playing.
We got the rainbow fruit.
Yeah.
I made an entire race of like 4-armed 8 folk lose their fear of spiders.
Well...
I did not eat the fruit.
That was a good call.
Right?
Nice. Okay. Perfect. So we're gonna catch up to you guys. You've sailed away from the rainbow fruit tree. You've been on the sea for about a day or two now, and you're kind of you're slowly making your way north, hoping that you find any kind of trail leading towards either something cool or leading towards any sign of the Leviathan that you're currently chasing. What are you guys up to while you're hanging out just on your ship?
Is it like midday or?
Yeah, sure. It's midday kind of thing.
I will be sitting in the crow's nest looking through Drock's journal.
Okay. So you're borrowing it from Gomez, I take it?
Yes.
Yeah, Gomez doesn't have like a whole line. It's not his journal.
That's fair.
He'll definitely let everyone's like, hey, I want to read the journal. I'll be like, okay, here you go.
More than just a last page look over.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I just didn't know. I wanted to make sure that was clear that you're... Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so I didn't want to make assumptions.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're reading over the journal?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just waiting for them. Is this like a montage sequence, or is this just like...
No.
This is just make sure. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so you're reading over the journal, you're flipping through some of the pages, and you're kind of not, like, I mean, it's a big journal. It's good size. Like, you're not going to read this entire thing just sitting here, obviously. But you're kind of scanning it and mainly looking at, like, you're going backwards kind of through the pages to see what happened just before they disappeared. And you get back, like, 2 or 3 pages in, and you read, it's big, bold letters, super important. And looking at this, you go, wait, what's super important? And it says, picked up cargo, must transport to... The name of the city's kind of smudged on there, so you don't really know where it's supposed to go. But it has kind of a direction and a little, like, a rough sketch kind of map. And yeah, it just says, super important, must get there as fast as possible, sort of thing. or at least by this, by the new moon's third cycle or something. I don't know. It has like a rough kind of timeline that you're reading on there, and you're kind of like, oh wait, that's like a week to 10 days from now. That's coming up fast. And looking at this little map that's roughly sketched on there, and knowing kind of where you are roughly, you're like, oh, if we leave right now, that will just get there in time potentially. So, yeah, there's some kind of hidden cargo in your cargo bay.
So I kind of like slide out of the crow's nest. Who's on deck?
I decided I am. It's time for Scrap's walk. So I'm doing the walk thing.
That's good. I was actually hoping it was you.
Yay! I'm wanted.
I'll rush over to you. Did you have time to go through the cargo holds yet?
I have only just started to finish cleaning out everything in the engine room. I have not even begun to get over there. No, sorry.
I pass over the open journal and point with a finger at the date.
I'm trying really hard not to stare at the weirdly bending thing that is a finger, and I just kind of take the journal and look over, and I'm like, ooh, okay, we're gonna go look over there now.
Yeah, you guys make it to the cargo hold, and you see, kind of tucked away in the back corner, after searching around looking for this, there's a box. It's, a good 2 feet by 2 feet by like maybe 3 feet tall, and it's got this big label on it, like important for, and again, that settlement is kind of, the name is a little bit smudged on there, but yeah, this looks to be the box that needs to be transported.
All right, do we got a crowbar or something, or how do we open this puppy?
We don't need to open it. We need to get it to the place.
Oh, I'm sorry. For all we know, this is like they were running drugs or something. Look, okay, sorry. I know this is your buddy's ship, but can you honestly say that you know enough about him to know that there is absolutely no possibility he ever did any shady business?
Yes!
Really?
Yes!
Okay, I don't know your friend well enough to say with complete 100% certainty there is absolutely no possibility he ever, or maybe one of his friends, did some shady business. If we're gonna go haul all the way across the sea to make a delivery, I at least want to know for certain we're not, like, transporting illegal thumbs, okay? I'm opening this thing. If we're gonna deliver it, I want to know what it is. I think
you want
that's
to know
reasonable.
it's legal thumbs.
For all we know, we're taking this to the mob.
Do you mind if Gomez walks by at this point?
I'd go for it. We were just bickering loudly in the cargo hold, like high-pitched chittering, accompanied by like some mechanic yelling at me that boxes need to be opened.
I'm also just gonna ask the question. So, is Scrap, like, I imagine Scraps has started sniffing at the box. Is he like? Is this something that he's picking up on, or is like, ooh, there's something in this box that Doggy would be interested in?
No, he doesn't seem to care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gomez will be walking by the door and stop and look back and be like, did I hear someone say thumbs?
Maybe. There's a
What are we
mystery
talking
box.
about here?
There's a mystery box, and apparently, according to the diary thingy that we found, there is an urgent delivery in this box, and he doesn't want to open the box, but he does want to do the delivery.
Oh, I like surprises.
Really? In our line of work, you like surprises.
Well, I mean, I like surprises that I can open.
Well, let's get to it then. Do you have a crowbar? Also, what is the box and like? Is this like a chest that has like it needs to be lockpicked, or is it like does it need a crowbar, or is it just made of cardboard and I just pull out a knife? What?
No, it's like a wooden box. It's it's like a shipping crate kind of thing. Like so you can crowbar the top open.
We get a crowbar.
Yeah. You guys pop open the lid of this box.
I'm just sitting on the side, spluttering and chittering.
I'm deeply uncomfortable, but I'm also very curious about the box.
We have to make sure it doesn't need to be fed.
Would there not be
That-
holes on it if it needed to be fed?
That ship
You
has
don't know that.
sailed. It's been weeks, you guys.
I'm also just gonna like pull up, I've got like kind of like a semi-filtering like neckerchief type thing that I just have that I work with, so I'm just gonna quickly pull that off just in case I don't want to breathe in what comes out.
Yeah, no, you guys open the box, and who wants to make some kind of detection roll to see what...
I've got scrutinize.
Yeah, sure, roll scrutinize for me.
And then also, I've also got tides, if that helps.
Yes.
Because exploration, lore, learning, and lore.
Yep, scrutinize and tide.
Any advantage for me, or I forget, how do you determine advantage?
If you can narratively, if you think you have an aspect or something, or if you think you can narratively give yourself advantage.
Is me just using my eyeballs to look into the box narrative advantage?
I mean, yeah, you have the diary there. You have...
Okay.
Yeah, you have enough stuff. I'll give you an advantage. So 3 dice.
3 dice. I thought I got 2 scrutinize and... Sorry.
Sorry, you're right. 4 dice. I was looking at the wrong character sheet. That's on me.
Yeah, I'm like, I saw your red thing on me. I'm like, why are you looking at me?
Okay.
That's on me.
That is a 6.
6? Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, looking open at this box, it's clearly medicine. Like, it is as abundantly clear as it... Like, there's the word medicine written right on there, and, like, you can open up the little boxes, and it's very blatantly medicine of some kind.
Whoa,
Guys,
dang.
we can be Balto.
What's a Balto?
Is that like a fast ship? Like a
No.
Like a
like a
bolt?
bolt of lightning?
Scraps is in the corner, just so into this idea, just like tail wagging, like, yes, I want to be Balto, and I'm just staring at him like, do you know what he's... Anyway.
Genetic memory.
Right? Okay, I do not know what a Balto is, but if it's person who gets apparently urgent medical supplies to place, then absolutely, yeah, I think that... See, aren't you glad we looked in the box?
Yeah, and looking at these medical supplies, you actually find there's finally one little note that doesn't have the name of the town scratched out, and the name is Skarn.
Skarn.
Skarn?
Skarn, correct.
Okay. All right, looks like we're going to Skarn. Before we do all this, am I allowed to, like, quickly just, like, I'm curious, is there anything else in this hold that's worth a look-see?
You know what? Yeah, do another roll for me if you want to have a look-see.
It's probably the same stats? Or, I don't know about the advantage on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to give you tides and scrutinize. Makes
Okay.
sense. I'm not going to give you an advantage, and I'm actually going to give you a cut, because you guys want to get these things delivered quickly, and going through this cargo bay will be a process.
Oh yeah, it's just a glance around to see if there's anything interesting.
I think Gomez is going to say, like, we should probably get going. If you want to keep looking in here, I'll go shake the beehive and get our ship moving.
Do not shake the beehive.
I'm shaking the beehive!
Okay, no.
I'm literally seeing it as he like shouts over his shoulder.
No. I whistle and I snap and I don't even look away, and Scraps just fully bounds onto you to like pin you to the ground.
I'm bigger than your dog!
I don't know, the dog standing on his hind legs is about 7 feet tall.
It's adorable.
Thank you.
Also, Gomez is covered in spikes, you guys.
He is.
They're soft.
And Scraps is covered in floof.
That's fair. Okay.
But
Yeah.
he is loyal and obedient pupper who understands that the bees will be worse.
Yeah, so are you going to search or no?
Maybe, okay, I'll search later. But I just assume that
You can if you want to, but...
I just do a quick like eyes glance, see if there's anything obviously interesting.
Yeah, go for it. Roll 3 dice
That's doubles on 3.
with a cut. Did you take the cut?
Yep.
Doubles on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking around, there's with scraps and all this commotion going on. You don't actually have time to quite see what's going on because that's a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And then, does anyone have a twist for that?
She gets wharfed by a barrel.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sure.
I was going to
but
say
it's-
something much more interesting than that. And much less embarrassing.
Yeah. No. Looking around. You're like trying to you're like, don't bother me. I can look around in here as much as I want. And like as you're like pulling things aside and moving, yeah, like a barrel rolls off the top and like smacks you, and you're just kind of like, oh.
I feel like I also had a twist. Can I just insert
Go
it?
for it.
Okay, so in the barrel, also kind of, there's some leaflets, some magazines of some very shapely cacti.
Sure.
And it's like, but in a kind of like, oh my gosh, I did not need to see that. Oh, they're so pointy.
Hey,
You
can
put
can I borrow those? It's been a while since I've had
Like
a bee
you
in my
said, we
pocket.
need to go wake the bees.
Where's Jisun?
He's totally oblivious to all this.
He's just hearing like cacophony of yelling and crashing and barking from the cargo hold.
Yeah, Jisun, what are you doing in this moment as there?
I'm probably preparing lunch and listening to the thumping coming throughout the ship and the sound of arguing. But I don't know. Can I cook?
No, sorry, but I just figured you were just chuckling along, cooking and prepping stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically that. Let's get going.
Kitchen things.
Yeah. All right, I go whip up the bees.
Yeah, you guys go whip up the bees, and I'm gonna just kind of gloss over the rest of this afternoon and evening as you guys prep to get ready and go and start moving in that direction. And we're gonna start the journey off at the beginning of day 1. And as I said, you have somewhere between 7 and 10 days to get there. I'm gonna say each day is 5 units, and 3 units of daytime, 2 units of nighttime. And we're really gonna try and push the journey system to see how fun/tedious it can get.
Hooray!
So we're gonna do a long journey here, and yeah, you guys, it's the start of a new day. You have 5 full boxes. You have full movement. Who's our captain? Who's our navigator?
Oh, don't everyone step forward at once.
I'll captain the first day.
Perfect.
I can go on watch for the first day.
Okay, so
I'll,
captain.
I'll take captain second day. We'll
Perfect.
just get that done.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, captain, my captain. What do you want to do? Are you going to cut a path, forge ahead, or drop anchor?
Drop anchor, clearly.
All right, guys, time to go.
Screw the 6 children. I need
Okay,
a drink.
Sorry. Yes, we're gonna cut a path. Start the journey out slow and steady.
Perfect.
I'm on watch, so I'll be rolling the d6. Question: what part of the reach are we in? Are we still in that really brightly colored area?
It's still fairly flowery. Things are starting to change as you kind of move away from where that tree was, the rainbow fruit tree.
Yeah.
But it is still fairly flowery and nice.
Okay, so we're still in the same area. Can you let me know when we enter a new biome, quote unquote?
Yes.
That would be awesome. And then I'm just gonna roll for that. 4.
So that is order. Okay, perfect. You see this large pine tree that has kind of it's not quite large enough to be a tall shank, but it definitely sticks out a good 20-30 feet above the tree branches, and it has all of its leaves, it looks like it's been carved and all of its leaves have been taken off, and it's been shaped almost as some type of totem or thing. And you see this as you're cutting a path passing through, so you can explore it or not. But if you explore things, it will cost a box of your daytime.
Yell out that there's a spike in the distance. Seems to be a tree.
Yeah, that looks really cool. I kind of want to go check that out. Too bad we're in a hurry. He seems like disappointed. The kind of disappointed where if somebody else wants to stop, he'll definitely be on their side. But he's not going to be the first to ask.
Can I send out my swarm scout?
Ooh, yes, that's
Because
it.
I don't have to mark it, I can just send it out as a scout ahead. And to see and hear at a distance.
That's cool.
Your spider can send out ahead as a scout. This thing is farther away. Like you'd have to use a combination of your swarm scout and sentinel bird, or just your sentinel bird.
I can't see with the bird, and I don't really want to learn a secret, but if you let me use both just for the vision...
No, I'll let you like you don't need to mark the bird if you're going to do this, because you mark to learn a secret.
Yeah.
But you can use the bird and your swarm scout together, and don't mark anything, and I'll let you use your swarm scout.
Okay, I will do that then. I'll send them out as the pair.
Okay.
Kind of bring them out from like two separate little pockets in my pouch.
You keep your bird in a pocket?
Yeah.
You're a monster.
It's a fungus. What do you want from me? It likes the dark. If I leave it in the light too long, it'll try to move on to a new host.
I know who I'm killing first.
Oh, no. Oh yeah, kill the spider thing first. Yeah, that's what I'd expect.
Racist.
I'm just imagining all Chelicray like kangaroos now.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, oh no indeed. Can I use my scrutinize to see what's over there?
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
Yeah, meet my tides plus my scrutinize, and then because I can get like close and bird's eye view with the spider bird combo.
Yeah, I'll give you the dice for that. So that's 3 dice.
All right, roll some dice. 622.
622. Okay, perfect. Looking at this, because you can see so clearly through your spider's eyes and your bird is able to maneuver into such areas, you see that this large tree has carvings and etchings all over it, and it's hollowed out a little ways, and your bird's able to swoop in and pick up something inside there. And I'll make the thing you're picking up, I'll give that to the group as, what do you pick up as the twist?
Sorry, it's like a totem tree? Like, what is it? Sorry, it's a...
Yeah, it seems to be like it's covered with carvings and like nooks and hollows, and we like snag something from it with the bird.
I almost want to say, like, some kind of piece of relic.
A pamphlet for a national park.
Okay, yeah.
With like an old map on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your bird
Hiking
comes back.
trails.
Genius.
Yes. Okay, perfect. I love it. Your bird comes back, and it has in it this pamphlet in its claws. It drops this pamphlet for you, and you can write on your character sheet under charts. You can put old hiking trails, and yeah, as you look at this map, and it's clearly like it's faded and worn, but it looks like one of those little kid maps, you know, that are like really cutesy decorated of like an area, and it has like the little dotted line path.
Tell me,
That's
Smokey
exactly what I was
there.
imagining.
Yeah.
There's a bear next to fire, and we're like, oh, that's a scary bear.
God.
Yeah.
They had bear pyromancers back in the day.
I'm glad those didn't survive into the Verdant Sea.
Bear what?
Sorry.
Just
I'm
bear.
glad those didn't survive into the Verdant Sea.
Yeah, no, it clearly looks like that bear
It
is
just
starting a
says
fire,
bear.
and it's faded over time.
This place is weird. Would I like recognize some of the words on it if any of them makes like not all of them, but like recognize that they are similar to Losau?
There's like similar-ish symbols, but it's kind of like similar symbols in the way that, you know, you're trying to read French or Spanish or another language,
That's fair.
and English uses the same symbols, or, you know, whatever. Like, it's kind of, you're like, this word could mean this, maybe, but you don't know.
I'll yell down everybody. Seems to just be a totem. Nothing living. Did get a neat map full of colors though.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, okay. I assume you guys aren't exploring, so, oh, Captain, my captain,
Yep. We are going to forge ahead, I think.
forge ahead. Okay.
All right, this is me now. Here we go. Double move. It's a 1.
It's a 1.
I'm sorry.
Oh, goody.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Okay.
Dropping the ball.
It's not my fault. It's the unpredictable nature of the sea.
It just means something interesting happens.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
interesting.
I'm gonna hit you with something good here. You guys start revving that engine up and start just barreling along into the waves, trying to get there as fast as you can. And before you know it, this tall shank kind of appears in front of you, and it's got these houses on it. Maybe like a half dozen of them or so, just over half a dozen. And they just appear to be kind of swaying in the wind. There's not much else going on. You don't really see, they don't look lived in from what you can tell, but you guys get up close to this thing and you're now pretty much right under it because it came up a lot quicker than you were expecting. And by the time you guys were able to slow the engine down and kind of move to avoid it, you're right underneath this tall shank and right underneath these houses. Yeah, as you look up at these houses, does anyone want to inspect them or scrutinize or sense or anything?
Yeah, I'll scrutinize them.
Okay.
Also, can I get, being that I am a shankling, do I get any advantage there?
Yes, I will give you an advantage dice for this.
Oh, I didn't think about
One
that.
advantage dice? Yeah. These are my people.
These are also my people.
Yeah. I got a 6 with a twist.
A 6 with a twist. Okay.
Thank you for making up.
I know the twist. I'm going to do the twist if that's okay. So the complete success is that you know what to do here, and you know that you have a problem. They're called crab houses, and picture a hermit crab using a house as its shell. And they start dropping from the, tree branches towards your ship.
Sorry, how big are these things?
These are house sizes.
Yeah, okay.
So like they're jumping from like branch to branch, descending from the tall shank at us?
Yeah.
Oh
That
no.
must sound terrifying, like 1,000 houses caught up in a windstorm.
No, not 1,000. There's only like a half dozen.
Houses don't jump around.
So, are these like mimics? Just aggressive, athletic mimics?
No, these are literally giant crabs that use houses.
Oh,
as
okay.
their shells.
Crabs. Okay, I missed that word.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. These are hermit crabs. So your success allows you that you know this is happening, and the twist I'm gonna say is you know how to get rid of them. It's spicy food. Like spicy aromatics will scare them away.
Okay, I see these guys. I shout expletives, and then say, "Oh dang!" And then I instantly run to, I run to Jason. And I'm like, "We need the spiciest crap you got."
I'm gonna go give them a blast from my spice weasel. I mean bandolier. Damn.
We need all the spicy food, just like everything, just steam it up, just fill the ship. It needs to burn our eyeballs, and we can't breathe. It's so spicy. We just need a huge cloud of spicy food, whatever you got, everything you got. I don't care. Just now.
Make the spice flow.
Yes.
I think you're making his dreams come true here.
I've literally never respected you more than in this exact moment.
I give you a little salute, but also a hurry up.
Yeah, Jisan, if you want to make I'm going to call this a concoct roll, as you're going to concoct some form of spice bomb, I take it?
I'm basically just going to start pouring my spice bandolier into a pan and letting it, like, burn, basically. Or, like,
Nice.
just short of it.
Oh man, that cast.
Okay. Yeah, so you're rolling I mean, either instinct or tides would work. Concoct is the choice, and I'll give you the bonus dice because Rook prepped you on what to do.
Okay, fair enough. So that's 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 3. So a 3 with a twist.
So a disaster with a twist.
Oh no.
Perfect.
Oh no.
I love it. I love it. This is going to be good. So you start burning, like you basically bring out a pan and start cooking on this pan right in front, and you're frantically just waving your hand in front of this pan, trying to blow spice towards these giant creatures. As everyone on the ship looks at you, kind of like, that's clearly not going to work. But you, being the talented chef you are, like watching this thing and burning it, it suddenly goes boom, and this huge smoke of spice starts billowing out of this little group of spices you put there because you knew that they would produce such smoke. However, you didn't account for the wind. And
Oh no. I can smell where this is going.
instead of this huge cloud of smoke being wafted towards these crabs, it just encircles your boat, and your entire boat is encircled by this spicy smoke. Does anyone have a twist beyond that?
Whatever we cook next is going to give us some frost resistance.
Whatever you cook next will be spicy? Okay. Next cooking
It's like
action
we-
is spicy. Got it.
Automatically, we just can't avoid it. There is spice.
Yeah.
Nothing but spice.
Ooh, dinner's going to be an adventure. Oh,
My eyes briefly turn blue and I see the future for a minute. Just a minute. Whoa.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Your ship is now covered in a cloud of these like spices. I'm gonna mark off a box on the track here and say you guys, because you guys have stopped here to deal with these things. Yeah, they're still coming. They're not coming towards you quickly, but they have kind of surrounded you. How are you gonna get out of here?
Okay, so hear me out. I will use my signaling with the bright colors and large pennants to both distract and waft some extra spice towards them. Because all my flags and signals are covered in spice.
Okay. Okay.
ooh, what if we start to like really make it like a trap? Maybe we go like down below just a little bit, just so that like the wind stops like blowing it away from us, so that they can actually like, come to us and be like ha ha ha, and then poof, spice.
Yeah, could I like hypnotize them with the bright colors and pendants of the signaling?
I
Can I
think
outwit
that would
them?
be more trance than signaling.
Can I outwit them? I'm really good at outwitting things.
Yeah. Again, I think this would be under trance, not outwit, because outwit is you're outsmarting them. These
Yeah,
these
that's what I'm
things
trying
don't
to
really
do.
have smarts. They're
Oh wait, lying convincingly and outsmarting
Yeah.
others. Yeah, I'm trying to outwit them.
yeah, but they don't have wits per se, right? Like they're you can't really
Okay, I got it.
outwit.
They
Yeah.
run off
Can
instincts.
I, because I'm still in the crow's nest,
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to try and shoot out like a branch from underneath of one of them as they land on it to like weaken it with the
Okay,
blast
kind
from
of-
my manifold bow. Just like see if it'll
Kind of
break.
make a
Because if these things are the size of the house, and this is like
Yeah.
an immature tall tree, I bet I could weaken the branches as they just crash down on each one.
Okay, and then you're gonna try and make a little gap so your ship can get through that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so we can start sawing through.
Yeah, go ahead and use shoot, and you
Okay.
can. Yeah.
So this is going to be instinct and shoot, which is maximized.
I will give you a cut though because you're currently covered in spice, and so your eyes are probably not working
well-
as great.
What eyes?
The thousands you have on your spiders,
You have more
Could my
eyes.
smoke scout operate as my eyes?
it's covered in
None
Most
of you
clouds.
are immune to clouds.
Yeah.
He was still flying around when we were sailing around.
Yeah, but he would still be hit in. No, you got a cut coming your way, bud.
I'm just using what I have available to me.
That's fair. That's fair.
2 6s and 2 1s.
Okay, so a 6 and a twist. Okay, so yeah, no, you perfectly shoot this branch, even like squinting with all this spice in your eyes,
So much
knocking
spice.
one of these tree crabs, these house hermits, down, and creating a path that your ship can fit through. Anyone have a twist?
Maybe the path out is actually through one of the houses.
Yeah, sure. So you knock this thing down, and you notice that it perfectly lines up with these like big double doors of the house, and like big double doors in the back of the house, and you thread the needle with the ship here, going right through this big house and crab.
Awesome.
Jisan Tokyo drifting through the house.
Yes.
I'll take it. Completely intentional.
Exactly. Yeah, okay.
There's a jet moto level like this.
It is now starting to be dusk.
That's literally the first time I've ever shot anything. That's literally my first shoot roll ever.
Nice.
Congratulations.
I feel like if it's like, is it okay? It's dusk now, so it's around dinner time. I feel like, do we have any dairy or bread or anything like that we're all just like nursing and like pouring over our eyes?
And using to help deal with the food we're about to eat.
Yeah. I want mild.
Not tonight.
Although one thing I was actually going to say, one of my aspects is multi-lens goggles. I feel like I would have thrown those on as soon as Spice hit the fan.
Yeah, they don't stop the smoke.
They're for ferrocite, but I figure if they're goggles and they're made of like glass, that at least covers part of it.
If I may field this one, the goggles, they do nothing.
Yeah. Your goggles.
But the Spice is so strong it goes through them.
It's not that it goes through them, but like as you're putting them on, you're putting on goggles. It's like putting on goggles underwater. It doesn't get the water out of the goggles.
This was not bad.
Lots of goggles in the mask.
Okay. The other thing I was going to point out is I feel like Scraps is especially hurting because he has a heightened sense of smell, being a pupper.
Oh no.
Doggo knows. He's just fully in whatever corner of the room we're in, paws over the nose, just sad.
Aww.
Just so sad. And I'm looking for like something
Does
to
he
help
actually have a
soothe
mark
him.
against him?
No, not yet. No.
Thank God.
No. Yeah.
So it's because it's
Yes.
technically nighttime now.
It's getting to be dusk, so
Yeah.
I was going to ask, Captain, what is your next action?
We're going to drop
choose
anchor.
to travel. You can choose to travel through the night if you want to travel through the night.
That's a fool's game. We're going to drop anchor. And not to mention, I've been driving the ship all day, so these guys are probably pretty hungry. Well, actually, that's questionable now that I think about it.
That's
We feasted on spice.
I mean, I'm a heliovore, so
yeah. Okay, so you're dropping anchor. Perfect. You guys drop anchor, and I'm actually going to take the reins here for a second. I'm not going to give you your normal spiel, what would happen with dropping an anchor. But instead, as the 5 of you sit down for dinner, which is arguably a very spicy dinner.
Just drinking gallons of milk.
Yeah, the 5 of you sit down for a very spicy dinner and just kind of reminisce about the day as it goes on and try to do your best. Sitting at the table, all 5 of you, Gomez, Zitzi, Rook, Jisan, and that guy with the hood, eating dinner, hanging
What?
out.
What?
Guy with the hood. He's been part of this group. Like he's actually, I would go so far as to say that he is the pillar of our group.
Yeah.
Okay, did Scraps get a hood I don't know about?
It can like stop mid spoon to mouth hole thing.
Yeah, as you guys are looking around, counting again and again, wait, there's 5 of you. Yeah, there's 5 of you. And then in your mind, you're like,
Turn around. You guys see this too, right?
yeah, you guys looking at this person, being, thing that's sitting beside you, that's just eating a bowl of soup, calmly, chatting a little bit even with you guys. You start to kind of have a fuzzy feeling in your head, almost that feeling you get when you're asleep. Like, you don't know if this is a dream or not right now. You're not even sure. Like, this person might have started the journey with you guys, but they might not have, but they also might have. It's hard to tell. In fact, they're looking at them, you don't even know what they are. They kind of look ardent, but they could be a Chelicrae, or they could be a Ectus, or they could be, a Gal, or they could be a Creta, or they could be something else entirely. You don't really know what they are. You're kind of, yeah, it's weird. They're ambiguous.
Can I try to sense what is sitting beside me eating the soup?
No, actually, like when you try to sense and when you try to actually like tangibly feel the world almost pushes back. Like, when you're in a dream and you try to like punch something or try to jump or something and like you just can't?
I don't like that.
Like the world doesn't feel right. Like it feels fuzzy right now to you guys. And this person's just sitting there eating their soup, having fun. But looking at them, you're also not getting any kind of danger warnings in your minds. You're very calm and soothed. In fact, the closer you do look at them, you realize something about them. They very clearly have a delivery bag on them. And they're very clearly important. And you realize, as a whisper kind of enters your mind, that neither snow nor rain, nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from their swift completion of their appointed rounds. They are the best of the best, and have become an image crafted to leave no lasting memory with anyone they encounter. They are a rumor, recognizable only as deja vu, and dismissed just as quickly. They don't exist. They were never born. Anonymity is their name. Silence is their native tongue. They are no longer just a part of the system. They are above the system, over it, beyond it.
Okay, I'm losing track of all the references here.
Oh my
The moon is
god.
the space station, says Saruman. Oh man, my brain just exploded.
That was Ace.
Okay, but who gets the postal god whisper?
No, this whisper just kind of flows your mind over as you realize, yes, these are some sort of postal workers. Or this is a postal worker.
We didn't. She wanted me to open it.
He kind of turns to you.
Just throwing her under the bus.
Thanks.
She wanted to open somebody else's package.
They
It's a
kind of
federal
turn
offense.
to you.
There's no such thing as a federal offense when you're on the waves. We're in international leaves.
They turn to you. Oh,
They're above the law.
sipping their, soup or whatever meal you guys are eating. Don't worry about that. I understand. We all make do. I have more important rounds anyway. But thank you for the meal and for your hospitality these last few days.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Anytime.
good luck in a few hours.
Oh, I'm used to oddities and strange meals. It's fine. Do any of you have any mail you need delivered to odd places or unique people?
I mean, we gotta deliver the medicine.
Oh, that's a little bit too big for me, unfortunately. I deliver singular letters.
Could you send a letter to someone lost?
Of course. There is no such thing as lost. There is only not here.
I'm sorry. I'm real life thinking about mail system telling me there's no such thing as lost. I feel a lot of bitterness right now. Tell that to last year's Christmas presents.
Gomez is taking a breakfast dinner. He's like, "That's so deep."
I say, I'd like you to deliver a message to the last crew of this ship.
Of course. What was their name?
It was Drock Shelltree, and...
Yeah, that's good. Just one name is fine.
Oh, good, because that's all I remember.
Yeah, you see this little animal, this little porcupine, kind of crawl out from their bag
Oh my
and up
gosh.
their arm. It's looking at it. It's beautiful. It's this small little porcupine, and the quills on its back are about a dozen different colors. And it kind of crawls up and onto his arm, and he pulls out a large leaf from his bag, and he kind of plucks one of the quills from its back and starts writing the name Drock on it. And he goes, "Do you like my little chloroquill?"
He's amazing.
Or chromaquill, sorry. Chromaquill. Yes, he comes in quite handy for writing all sorts of letters and drawing all sorts of pictures. The oil he produces is a great writing ink. And you can see that all the quills are just filled with oil, and you can just kind of pluck the quills and write with them in like a dozen different colors.
Oh, that's so cool.
This is such an original idea, he says, like peering closer at the chroma quill. I love this thing.
The letter will just be like, we've recovered your ship and we're looking for you. Don't give up hope.
Okay. He pens the letter onto the leaf in like beautiful calligraphy and whatnot, and then puts the quill back in his pocket. He takes the leaf and kind of folds it a few times and folds it over again. And looking at it, he makes a paper airplane. And he takes that paper airplane and looking out one of the little windows in the side of your ship, he kind of whispers to the leaf and throws it. And it soars out through the window and then down into the waves below. And he turns to you and he says, "Well, if he's out there, he'll get it."
So, are you the leaf?
What
Is
do
this
you
a
mean?
metaphor?
He kind of just looks at you, and then you guys wake up in the morning, and I'm going to mark one box of the morning off for tomorrow as you guys slept in unbeknownst to you. And yeah, you wake up, and you all don't know if that was real or not.
Gomez isn't going to bring it up with the crew at all, but he's just going to be like mumbling to himself as he's getting ready for the day. Like, why would you have postmen if you just write the messages and send them off? I don't get it. It seems like a waste of civil resources.
ZT mumbling to himself, "Custom signal flags with all the colors in the rainbow."
I'm just really disappointed I skipped breakfast.
Oh yeah, that's right. Gomez is gonna have like a panic. It's like he like runs to the helm because it's his turn to be captain.
Yeah, so Gomez, what is your goals as captain for the day?
Let's start by cutting a path.
Perfect. Oh, by the way, you noticed
Yes.
that the things you had collected from yesterday are missing.
Huh.
Whoa.
Oh,
They
They were taken as paint.
Which things?
all their bits from cutting a path and stuff. We just start to like do all the little creatures and stuff. Well, you're just gonna have to double increase today's output, I guess.
Yeah, you cut a path. Okay,
Who's
so
on watch?
who's on watch?
And did we go without breakfast?
You did.
We did.
It sucks.
I guess I'll take watch then.
Perfect.
We're gonna have to get her out of the hold eventually.
5.
Order.
Yeah, going along the waves, you see like the remnants of some old ships that have like there was clearly some sort of battle here a little while ago. Like two ships were like fighting over something, and just scattered parts are everywhere. There's like a quarter of a ship and then just a bunch of parts scattered over the sea as you drive by.
I go, ooh.
As Gomez is like pulling the ship over, like not even asking. Someone could feel free to stop him, but he's like, ooh, oh, I gotta check.
I'm not stopping
I'm
you.
not stopping you either. This looks like a prime salvage opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to stop at like the edge of it, because we're just cutting a path. We're not forging ahead.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be careful. We're not walking into another version of a horrible monster that uses shipwrecks as bait.
Yeah, you're going slow enough that you can just cruise right in there.
ZC's going to wander over to the cargo crane and ask somebody to start pointing out stuff to grab out.
Ooh, nice.
I would like to start taking a look for useful bits and pieces I can use to patch up and maybe even just, have spare parts available, because, like the ship was in pretty good condition when we found it, but there's still like the odd thing that it's like, oh yeah, no, I could use a new, like, I don't know.
Sadly,
Stuff.
I don't have salvage, so I'm not the greatest at finding stuff, but should you guys point it out for me, I can grab it.
Is it salvage or scavenge?
Scavenge.
That's it, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm plain Xenoblade.
Gomez is good at scavenge.
I've got scrutinize and I've got sense, so I can somewhat.
Gomez has 2 scavenge, and I got those aspects too.
Yeah, we're gonna let the scavenger take this, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
I can get you bonus gear.
Hooray!
Yeah, do you want to roll for scavenging through this shipwreck?
I would love to. Can I count my 2 aspects as bonuses for this roll as well?
Yeah, between the aspects you have, and because you have improve at things on salvage from Rex, and I mean you have the cargo crane, so you can pick up large things.
That's true.
So yeah, you're easily getting that bonus dice.
All right, so and then I'll use sharps, logic, wit, and planning. Veils, ciphers, and secrecy. I'm just seeing what the things are really quick.
Sharps is probably your best bet because you're planning out. You're like, hey, we need to pick up this thing. Careful with it. You're planning out how you're gonna loot this ship versus just like diving in there and going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. That is a conflict with a twist. Thank you for not cutting that.
Okay, so you can choose to gain a resource or 2 resources with negative tags.
I'll gain 2 resources with negative tags.
Okay. And then does anyone... Actually, I got a pretty good twist if you guys...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Unless anyone can say that they have a good twist, I'm going to go with this twist.
Twist away.
Okay, so as you pull up this big, huge chunk of whatever, part of a ship, you kind of plop it down and you're scavenging through it. And I'm going to give you 2 things, because you chose 2 things, each with a negative tag. I'll give you...
Improve the rarity of any salvage you find.
Yeah.
And then the other one is takes a task.
Oh, it auto improves the rarity. So
yeah.
So it turns it into 2 rare things, but they do still have bad tags on them.
Yeah. But then I can use spit and polish to remove bad tags.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say you find a rusted large battery. So rusted being the negative tag. So it's like it's not working.
Yeah.
You can obviously fix it up. And then I'll also say you find a
broken compass?
Yeah, broken compass.
Should those even work anymore?
Yeah, that's an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can choose to spit polish them if you want or not.
Yeah, when I get a task, I can do that.
When you get a minute. But the twist is as this thing lands on the deck, first of all, it's already starting to be dusk as you're pulling these things in. You hear this kind of howl and growl as you notice that a little bit too late that there's a pack of pinwolves that were kind of going through this wreckage as well.
Oops. How many pinwolves?
A pack. So I'm going to say there's 5 of them.
Huh. And
Well-
they're on our deck now, or they're still in the wreckage?
Like, how have they noticed us? Or are they
Oh, they're
close?
in the wreckage, but they've definitely noticed you now that you've moved this large piece of stuff.
Oh, look, dinner and a show. And I shoot one of them with a volt. As I say this. Oh,
Yeah,
look, dinner and a show.
Okay, roll a way to shoot.
This is going to be instinct and shoe sting. And do I have the drop on him?
You do actually a little bit, so I will give you a bonus this time,
Awesome.
as you're the first to take an action.
No hesitation. 5s and a 6.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. Shooting this thing, you fully take its arrow right through the head. This thing drops.
Oh. Oh,
I'm
jeez.
gonna call that your twist as well.
Increased impact.
Yeah. I'm
Awesome.
gonna just say you increased impact for the twist.
Just like Dead Space lightning spear right through its head.
Yeah, you're just and I've seen this too many times. We're noping these pinwolves, and yeah, you just immediately draw as Gomez is searching through this stuff and salvaging, and as the others are like, "Ooh, what'd you find? What's that?" Zeetzi's just over here and completely obliterates one pinwolf.
I've lived on the seas long enough to recognize a pinwolf ambush when when it's there.
Now the others definitely know you guys are there, and they're not
Hey, look
they're
at me.
not happy. They're a little tentative because they're intelligent creatures. They don't want to fight something that just killed their friend, but they also aren't happy that you killed one of their packs, so they are going to attack you.
Come and get me.
I feel Scraps has just immediately gone right to the edge of the ship and done that full guard dog growl, snarl, back off, and if one of them approaches, he will defend.
Gomez is like, "What's wrong, Scraps? Do you smell some not Scraps?" As soon as he sees one, he's like, "Oh, that's not a Scraps."
And also it's worth noting that Scraps you ever watch a dog and it's a cute adorable puppy until those that lip is curled up and the teeth are bared and it's oh my gosh, you are terrifying now. That's what we got going on
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these things are definitely moving on to they're starting to climb onto the ship, the 4 leftover pinwolves. So yeah, if Scraps wants to attack one of them, Scraps can go for it.
Absolutely. What am I rolling here?
Yeah,
Because he gets deals CQ
Close quarter
spike
spike
damage.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
when I played and used the Tusker, it just functions like a weapon. So use it as a D6 itself, or an
Okay.
aspect, and then add whatever edges you think apply and skills.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel Grace might apply elegance, precision, quality.
Yeah. No, that's
It's mine. Does it apply to him?
yeah, it's it's a nice precise animal. It's smart. But I think I think Sharps works in this case because you deliberately had Scraps get ready, so he was planning to attack them as they started to climb on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It's just going to be the 3 dice because I'll give you 1 dice for Scraps and I'll give you 1 dice for an advantage because Scraps has the high ground on them currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We got a 5.
5. Okay. So Scraps is going to get into a scrap with one of these pinwolves. And
Puppy.
the two of them are going to start going at each other pretty good. And Scraps is going to take 1 point of damage. So,
Does he do damage?
yes, he does do some damage. So I will
Yay.
click that box for you. Scrap takes 1 point of damage, and he has done damage to this Watch Wolf as well. Or not Watch, sorry, your Watch Wolf, to this Pin Wolf.
I'm going to run at the closest wolf and give it a sweeping kick in the head with my mechanical limb.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a good use of a mechanical limb.
So I'm gonna use Grace here, and I'm also going to use my Hull-Hearted here to grasp onto the railing and do like a vault spear kick into the face of one of these pinwolves as it tries to come onto the deck.
Ooh, okay.
To increase the impact once per scene.
On any successful action. Okay,
Yes.
so if you...
It's successful.
Yeah, if it's successful. Perfect. Okay, so I'll give you... Yeah, 3 dice for that. I'll give you 3 dice.
Awesome, thank you. That's super generous. Considering that I'm not technically a combat character here, but...
Yeah, but I think you have it, like... Yeah, you got 1 for your mechanical limb, and then 1 because you know what you're doing here. So, yeah.
Okay, so a 5, 4, and a 1. So 5.
5. Okay. Yeah, you kick... So that doesn't, unfortunately, increase impact. But you kick this thing, and this Pinwolf... Are you kicking the one that's with Scraps, or are you kicking a different one?
I'm kicking a separate one.
Separate one? Okay. So you kick this thing, and this Pinwolf is going to start biting at your mechanical limb there. And you're fully... Similar to Scraps, you and this Pinwolf are now locked in a combat. And it's going to deal a damage to you, and you'll deal a damage to it.
Okay.
So you can actually choose... I'm going to say it's on your mechanical limb.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense. Other types of damage, you guys can choose where they go. But this one specifically...
Yeah. What type of damage are they doing?
They would be doing serrated or keen.
Because I know some of us have resistance.
Yes, that's true. Yes, they would be doing serrated or keen because it'd be like biting or slashing.
Okay.
So if you guys have any defense to the serrated or keen, let me know.
Cool.
Yeah. So Gomez, you are left.
Gomez is going to try to make himself look big to the wolves and scare them off. I can either roll Outwit or Brace for this. He's mostly aiming to try to keep them off of the ship. Because like once they get on the ship, it's like, oh, we got to deal with this.
I think Brace is a good one because like you're gonna just stand by the rail and like let them hit you as they're coming to try and scare them away.
Like let's let them hit me, but more like not let them on the ship.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you're taking like a fighting stance, like a big fighting stance. That's Brace. Yeah.
All right. What's that? Iron and Brace and yeah, I don't have any aspects for this. Could I use like the high ground that I have from the ship? Like we have like a railing and stuff, so
Yeah.
like they're not on the ship yet. And like if they were on the ship, okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Their next action, they will be on the ship and stuff. But yeah, I'll give you the dice right now.
Triumph. No twist.
Triumph, no twist. Perfect. Seeing one of them start coming up the ship, you will just like plant yourself in front of it and just yell at this thing and try and scare it away. And it's going to take some damage kind of falling back off the ship as it starts to get a little confused.
I'm gonna be nice and not redline the mic by doing my screechy yell with his voice.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay. So that happens.
Yeah. Okay, these things, I mean, you've killed one of them, you've done a bunch of damage to the others. They're going to start looking around at how injured they are, and they're going to start backing away, and the two that are on the ship are going to try and detangle from you two. and get off the ship, and the other two are going to start kind of pulling the others away. And they're going to try and leave if you guys let them, or you can pursue them.
I feel like Scraps kind of lets them.
Yeah.
Gives them a few of those like, and don't come back snaps.
Yeah. I don't think we're the no survivors type of crew.
Oh, but there's
Don't leave any witnesses.
That's a really good. Chasing kid wolves towards their hole is a really good way to be the no survivors crew.
fine. I
Yeah.
guess we don't need fresh meat. I lower
What are
my
you talking about? Right there.
electric bow.
What about the one?
Oh.
What about the one that you headshot?
Yeah, but that's not fresh anymore. I could have captured one alive with my electric bow.
Oh, you guys are nightmares.
I've seen Lady in the Water. I'm not messing with no plant wolves.
Oh god.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've marked up a box as it's fully night now, and you guys are stopped here. What's your game plan?
Is Scraps? Well, Scraps has a check. Is he injured?
He is injured. Yes.
What kind of injured?
He's just got a few scrapes and bruises on him, sort of thing.
Okay, I'm looking to patch up, and well, I don't know if anybody has healing skills. I do not, but I would like to heal my puppy.
We do have a healer.
This is the last block in the day, right?
Yes, this is night now. This is the last block in the night, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we're technically anchored for it?
You guys can drop anchor, yes.
Because we stopped to salvage, kind of, technically.
Yeah, we spent the whole day
Yeah.
salvaging, or scavenging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scavenging and fighting these things.
Yeah.
So,
What I will be doing is start having my, especially after being inspired by that weird whisper dream, I'm going to start contemplating whispers alone, and I'm going to start a track for the
milestone.
That's it. That M word. Milestone. And
Marzipan?
I want to start dabbling in arcanautic energies and take a point in hex
Okay.
for a 3-track, which is start learning the intricacies of whispers.
Okay. Are you using your minor milestone that you have, or your major milestone?
I will use my major milestone just to clean it up.
Okay, perfect. So we will use that. So as you kind of sit down and start contemplating the meaning of whispers and all that, and as you're
Especially with that living whisper dream.
and as you're meditating, you gain some knowledge in whispers and how to use them. Perfect. So you guys did drop anchor. So I'm keeping track of the specimens and stuff you're getting, and I'm just going to give it. I was going to give it every day, but I'm going to give it at the end of the session. Otherwise, It's going to take up too much time.
Do I heal Scraps?
Yes. Does someone want to heal Scraps?
I will do it.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's going to be... Let's go with Tides here, because it's a taught skill. And I've got 1 in heal for 2. And I'm going to take a large cricket from my specimens, and I'm going to smash it up into a healing paste beneath the bandages.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need to cone of shame him for that because he's.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I'll give you the 3 dice for that because it's. Actually, I'm going to give you 3 dice for that, but I'm also going to cut you 1.
Yeah.
Because you guys are pretty tired now. It's getting late in the day and you guys haven't slept.
That's entirely true, and I expect that. Okay, so I got a 1, a 4, and a 5, so a 4.
Okay, so you'll heal 1 point of damage. So that'll heal him. Okay, because I'm doing healing. The book has things on healing, but I haven't quite... I'll be honest, I haven't read enough about it, and I haven't... The one I read earlier was you just you heal 1 or something.
Yeah, there's a page 29. There's a little page there for recovery tasks. You sacrifice the specimen, and then he rolls with the dice, and then depending on like a 6 is a clear 2 marks of damage or mark an injury track by 2.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I was gonna do. This exact track. So yeah, that's what I had in mind. Okay, so you're good.
And then if you get a twist, it's for free.
Yeah, there you go.
Even the hurting one.
Turns out you have a lot of poison.
Bad news, the poultice I put on just caused an infection. Good news, it didn't. I still have the poultice. We could reuse it.
Oh no.
There you go.
So I'm gonna say like I work tirelessly into the night patching up scraps, and then I'm just gonna like pass out on him when we're done.
He's
Nice.
floofy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He's so floopy and very licky.
So you guys spend the evening just kind of sleeping and resting, I assume, pretty much once that's done.
Yeah.
Now, start of a new day. You're on day 3.
I will, quick like a bunny, hop onto the tiller.
Okay. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
I shout down for someone to get on watch, and assuming it's not Ji-san, also ask him pleasantly if he would be willing to bring up some food.
I would really like to be able to do my job today.
Yeah. No, you can do that. So you're not on watch then, and I'll give those not on watch an action during the time. So who's on watch?
I shout down through the tubes to the engine room that she needs some vitamin D or she's going to die, and tell her to get up in the crow's nest.
I shout back up through the tube a beleaguered sigh. I would also like to point out that on Jisan's workstation center, there's this morning there's just like a little jar of honey with like just a thank you note attached to it.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah. You took care of my pupper, I take care of you.
Aw.
And so yeah, I'm up in the lookout.
Get
Okay.
you swaying.
I'm totally like I've got things to fix. I got things that need to be oiled. I've got bees that need to be kept for sure. I'll go look for shiny things.
This is to shout up. You remember, first officer, doctor, and captain every time.
I'm trying to give her all she's got. Okay.
What's your game plan, no Captain?
I'm going to cut a path, nice and safe.
Cut a path. Okay.
It's not that safe. Oh wait, that's not me.
Yeah. Rook, you are lookout. So roll a dice.
Roll 8 dice. Just one?
Yeah, just one.
That's a 5.
5. So order. Perfect. Actually, as we're... Oh, wait, no, this doesn't work because Rook's on watch, and it was supposed to be Rook and Ji-san doing this thing together. Sorry, Ji-san. We will put Gomez on watch next, and then you can...
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
We'll do this
Oh, I'm
one,
We'll do that another day.
and then we'll switch. Yeah, you guys driving along, you see there's another ship in the distance.
Would ferrocite be useful in this situation? Just curious.
Yeah, actually, give it a try.
I got my gogglies on. That's an aspect, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, you just can look.
Yeah, ferrocite goggles on. My little owl eye looking goggles.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to see that. Yeah, this ship is actually surprisingly like it was your ferro eyes, your ferrocite in your goggles that allowed you to actually see the ship before it came onto the kind of horizon coming towards you, because you could see the like waves of electromagnetic energy coming off of the ship. It seems to be powered by magnets and electricity of some form, versus your ship obviously being powered by bees.
Bees.
Bees. It's just fun to say.
It's the ultimate engine.
But yeah, so you see in the distance this ship, and you see this weird kind of electromagnetism kind of coloration on it, as you know that this is powered by electricity and magnets and
Is this like a functioning ship or like a salvagey ship?
Oh, it's definitely functioning. It's moving. It's actually moving at a pretty good pace.
Does it look like friendly?
Roll scrutinize.
I'm trying to think if either sharps or tides would be useful in this situation.
Tides would probably be your best bet, I think.
Okay,
Although
so
either
that's
or
3?
is useful. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you a
Alright.
bonus dice because your goggles.
That is a 5 with a twist.
A 5 with a twist. So, seeing this ship, you don't think it's going to be overly friendly with you. You don't think it's directly going to attack you, but if you do get too close, it might. Does anyone want a twist on that? Or I can do a twist if nobody else.
I'm really bad at twists tonight.
I know, right?
That's fine. The twist is, looking at this ship, you can tell through your multi-lens goggles, your ferrosight ability, that it's pretty impressive. Like, this is a nice ship. It definitely, it's almost making you salivate because you like ships, you know, like this is a nice ship.
So right now I'm sitting there thinking, probably dangerous, but I'm basically looking at a Venus flytrap right now, trying to figure out if I say something.
You're looking at a Venus flytrap with a diamond sitting on the inside of its mouth, being like, should I grab the diamond or...
What could also be a ship somebody owns. Not
Well,
pirates.
they're
Oh yeah, this is definitely a populated ship that may or may not be pirates. This is some high class weaponry that's going on over there.
Well, we're also armed with a crane.
The ultimate weapon next to the grappling
It
hook.
is an arm. Yeah.
the ultimate weapon is a tiny net. Let's get real here.
Yeah, I don't even think it's a weapon. I think it's actually just a cargo crane.
That's
So-
small brain
so-
place.
How much of a trajectory are we, like, does it look like we're going to cross right over its path? Are we getting close? Like, what are the angles here? Like, does it see us?
Because you cut a path, you can actively avoid them, or you can actively engage with them.
Current course, though. If I don't say
Your
anything.
current course, if you don't say anything, you will actively engage with them.
Okay. So, like, I just want to get a little bit closer is all. I just want to see it. I suggest just maybe we should, like, I don't know, it looks like just adjust just a little bit, just course correct a little bit, guys, but not too much. And I'm just gonna maybe, is there like a telescope or something close by, or like binoculars?
Sure.
Cool. I'm just gonna be binocular, and it's like I feel like we're like steadily on an angle, and I'm trying to like thread that needle of like I just want to see just a little bit closer. I definitely won't engage, but just a little bit.
Okay, if you're trying to thread that
I'm just
needle,
also
I'm gonna
pointing
get
out
you a
I do
bonus
have
here.
the mire of the monomania of tinkering takes you. I don't know if
Yeah, you don't have that
Okay.
marked yet, though. So I mean, you can play on that, but you don't. It doesn't come up mechanically unless it's
Okay.
marked.
So, how do I drive the ship like this? All I hear from up there, just a little bit of course
that
correction.
away. I
Left,
point
right?
vaguely. I point.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna put this roll on Zitzi here,
I don't.
and because
There's not a piloting role.
yeah, Rook's trying to give you terrible advice.
That's what you get for
And
taking me
so-
out for vitamin D.
I'm gonna say use your sense and your instincts and make a roll. And I'm not gonna give you a cut.
You're so generous.
I'm gonna give you a cut. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you a
Dang
cut.
it. Okay, here we go. It's a 1.
It was a good one.
It was nice
Beautiful,
knowing you
beautiful.
guys.
It was a 4
Sorry.
and a 1, but it cut into a 1, so I'm just all of a sudden go hard 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark off the next box here as you guys are gonna engage with this ship.
Oh, we spent a whole day salvaging.
As Rook's yelling down to you, like, go left. No, a little to the right. Left. A little to the right. definitely left. A little more to the right. And you're just kind of like swinging the ship back and forth drunkenly, having no idea what Rook's talking about. And Rook's just like staring at this ship, having no idea where she's even steering you.
Just
and-
follow my hand as it moves. Tell you when you're right. Right? No.
Clearly
correct.
can't see your hand.
You should really teach her signaling.
I'll show you a signal.
Yeah.
Yep, that signal.
This ship, it pulls in close, and who has signaling?
I do, yes.
There we go.
I also have
You wanna roll
signaling.
Okay, so one of you can roll for signaling, and one of you can help.
It's all her. I'm just driving the boat.
Okay.
Perfect.
What are Jisun and Gomez doing while they hear this arguing happening up on deck?
I
Dude,
think Gomez is gonna complain.
all my pots and pans are swinging all over the place. It is a giant cacophony in there. I am pissed. I'm running across the deck, and I am mad. I'm like,
I didn't.
what the blankety blank is going
I
on
didn't
out here?
start this as if you
Gomez
do a
points you
job
out.
badly enough, they'll never ask you to do it again. But this is working for me. Okay.
Just means you need practice.
So, have we considered adding a brig to the ship?
Oh no.
Rook.
Well, I
can
mean, like, I've
roll
got
me
edges that
signal.
could be applicable. I'm just wondering if they're honestly applicable. You know, elegance and precision, or logic and wit, or, you know, exploration. Like, or is this just me being an idiot?
No, this would be tides. This is exploration.
Okay.
Like, signaling falls under exploration because it's the language used between
Okay.
ships.
Like the moon pulls the ocean, shiny things pull you.
Yeah. Do I get an advantage?
No.
Didn't think so. Okay, rolling on 2. Oh dear.
22.
Snake eyes.
Hey guys? Okay.
That's
I'm
promising.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
So, you looking at these, they're flagging your ship, and you have absolutely, completely, and utterly no idea what they are trying to say to you.
I'm
as
like,
far as you're aware,
shouting in Tsitsi. Okay, so the one's in the air at like an angle, and the other one's in like the opposite angle, but down a bit.
yeah, you have no idea what's going on. And does anyone have a twist?
I might.
Okay.
Somebody on that ship either knows us in not a good way, or knows the crew who owned this ship in not a good way.
Oh, I got this. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, I got this.
What have you done?
I'm sorry. It was so shiny.
Not you, I'm blaming Gomez now. When your
Running
firefly
into-
starts giggling excitedly.
This is
How
good.
dare
Oh, I
you
like
make our firefly aroused?
this. I can only get so aroused, you guys.
We're a leaf on the wind.
Oh, no.
Okay. So,
The cat
It-
wants
this
to know
ship-
why.
Zitzi,
Mm-hmm.
how do we do evasive maneuver?
We roll ratings. So
Yes,
yes,
that's it.
tilt.
Okay.
So tilt for this.
So, Zitzi, I'm going to get you to roll tilt.
Yes, I like there
as
are shift
This
ticks.
other ship, as this other ship is shooting at you, I would like you to roll
What?
tilt.
So rude. Okay, so
It's just one shot. They've only shot one shot.
tilt. Can I apply my edge to this?
Uh,
With grace, I am gracefully just like twisting the
Yeah.
ship.
I'll give you your edge. I'm not going to give you any advantage,
I'm
and
not
we'll
asking
look
for it.
later to see if edges apply. But yeah, roll tilt.
5 with a twist.
5 with a twist.
It was close. The rest were ones.
Yeah, I'm going to say you don't get hit by this thing, but it's so close to you. Like you can hear it scraping the leaves right beside your ship. and it's going to cause you to slow down. And you already lost some time for this. I'm going to mark another box for time lost.
Oh,
And the twist is as this ship goes by, and it's going to go by at a good speed.
And I yell, "Slow down! I'm trying to look!"
As you guys go by, or as this ship goes by, and it's like you guys could catch up to it if you want and like turn around, but it's going to be passing you. It just did the one shot, kind of just to test the waters with you guys. But as it passes with you, there's this little mushroom standing there on the deck,
that little
staring at you guys,
fungus.
just chuckling to himself as the ship passes you.
I spore. I'm so mad. I'm tilted. I shake my fist at him.
He just laughs. He just fully laughs and like waves at you guys.
But a wave filled with contempt and spite.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Oh.
definitely.
That was what's his face.
That was
Yes.
Portobello, wasn't it? Isn't that
It
his
was.
name? Oh,
Yeah,
what a...
Portobello.
Oh, what a jerk!
I know. He's gonna get his one day.
I look over the side at the scratch. Oh, I'm not telling Rook.
I yell at Portobello, "What does it run on?"
He just kind of like turns around and ignores you. Like you can tell he's still chuckling though as he's like going back onto the ship.
Asshole!
Fair and
You
true.
have made the list!
But everyone's okay? We're good?
Yeah, it's dusk now.
I am not good. I'm gonna storm away.
So, because we
Yeah,
lost
who's
so much time, I'm gonna travel the extra block into the night.
Ooh, you're gonna cut a path at night.
It's only one
Ooh, I
block,
love
it's
it.
fine.
As we're eating dinner and I imagine a very awkward silence, I'm just like, sorry, are you guys mad at me?
So was it worth it?
Your dinner is burnt intentionally.
Did you get a good look?
No!
I heard Ardens are really visual creatures. Was there something on that boat that you were especially attached to?
Well, wait, okay, I'm sorry. It was so shiny.
They did have a really cool crane. I'm a little jealous.
Right? I mean,
Like, I'm a little bit attached to that now, too.
I mean, did you see, like, it had, like, a full-on gear system, and it was so smooth. I mean, like, I'm sorry.
You're right. All those sick kids, completely unimportant.
I, get this, like, look on my face of, like, I totally forgot about that. And you know that moment when you're like, I'm a bad person. And
Yes, you are.
I just kind of like mumble like a sorry, and I just like take my bowl and I just go over to engineering and I just kind of like hunker in and I start working so that I'm not thinking about anything, and I fully don't get any sleep that night.
Aw.
Yeah.
But I thought I was traveling another round.
Yes, you are. You did say you were traveling another round. Sorry. I guess yeah. Rook has stated she's gone to bed.
No, I'm not going to bed. I'm working and not
I was
sleeping.
like, we got 2 blocks of nighttime. We lost so much time yesterday and today.
Yeah. I guess it'll be Gomez is the last one standing to roll for watch.
Yeah, come as
So we have a block of night after this. We just gotta the last eking daylight lances.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Of course.
Roll a 5.
Perfect.
It's hard. We don't get to find out the worst that could happen. It'll forever be a mystery.
You guys, you see another one of those tree totems.
Well, we know there's nothing there.
Yeah, Gomez is still gonna shout down like, "Hey, I found another one. I see another one of those totems. It looks really similar. We should probably mark this. Like this might be someone marking their territory."
I will actually mark the bird. to learn a secret about these totems or this area,
Yes. Okay.
and seeing if it's like a safe place to drop anchor. If that's a thing I can specifically look at.
Yeah, marking the bird, you know that these are a safe place to drop anchor, and they're used as kind of like almost a temporary waypoint. Like it's almost like someone had a camp here. Like, if you were walking through the forest and you came across a clearing with some like rocks put down and like a little fire that has been put out, that's kind of what this is in some ways.
Oh, well, I'll drop anchor here then. Yeah, these mark like safe camping waypoints or anchor points.
Yeah,
Safe mooring points in the trees.
yeah,
I called them totem shanks.
okay. And sometimes there's stuff in them, but yeah, you guys can use a block to search it, but that'll be the block into the next day.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the last block of the night to drop anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about searching this thing. Maybe we
Okay.
should start to make up time. That way we can stop and if we find something really cool.
Perfect. Start of day 4, and I'm gonna say it's Zitzi and Gomez on watch and captain. I don't care which order you do it, but Rook and Jisun have a side project they would like to work on together.
Yeah, they informed us at dinner of their engineering project.
Well, I have not gotten any sleep, so I'm that kind of like wired. Like I've just been sucking back coffee or whatever.
I'm gonna give you the injury track tired.
Okay.
And your next roll will be cut.
Okay. So where's my injury track?
It's like in your benefits, injuries, and tracks underneath your aspects.
I see it.
So I guess I'll be on watch.
And then go.
Gomez isn't tired.
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I put on the wrong track. Joy.
Actually, because you've got all the salvaging skills, I should probably leave you on watch. So that way you're free to like hop down, and then I'm free to get us out of there in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, Gomez might go have like a quick heart to heart with Rook, just about like how sideways that and weird that went. You're not to spend too much time on it, but like
No, go
just
for it.
that happens. You just hey, you had a rough day. Like maybe he notices she's like still awake as he's going to bed.
Oh, this is still the previous night, or
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I'm probably just like lights on in the engine room, just like tinkering.
How are the bees?
They're okay. They're just kind of doing their thing. They're pretty calm right now, which is good. You don't want to push the engine too hard.
Yeah. I'm sure the bees get tired, and you do too. I bet. Listen, don't lose sleep over today. Like you did all right. We all get curious.
Yeah, I gotta I really need to to make sure that's all tight, so that it doesn't fall apart, and because we need to. I mean, like we really have a lot of time to make up, so everything just needs to be in good working order in case we do need to push it. And I'm just it's just it won't take me long. I just gotta I'll rest. Like obviously I gotta, but I just really want to get this done.
Well, I know if I need to count on someone, if we need to count on someone, you've always got your eye on the prize.
Yeah.
He like shuffles his cactus toe on the floor a little bit. Awkward silence, and then he's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go to bed."
Cool. I will
Hey.
see you in the morning.
All right. Good night.
Mm.
That's Gomez's motivational speech.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zitzi and Gomez, and Zitzi is driving.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, okay.
Okay, so Zitzi, what's your movement here?
We're going to cut a path, but I just wanted to ask, how far along, according to the map, would you say we are?
You are 3 days in.
Okay.
So this is the start of day 4.
How
and
is
you know it's 7 to 10 days.
the other thing I was gonna ask is I know you were gonna give us all of our bits at the end of the session.
Do you want some bits? Is that what you're asking?
I was just like, how's everyone's inventories for like bits?
I have
Pretty decent.
4 pieces of salvage, 2 specimens, 3 whispers, 2 charts.
Yeah, you guys seem pretty full. Like, if you need something, I can give you some stuff, but...
No, we should be okay. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Yeah, no, let's cut a path just to start the morning.
Okay.
3.
Glad I only cut a path.
Nature.
Well, it's nice. I don't think they're even like a fail state. It's just different stuff. On a 6.
Yeah.
6 is the good.
Okay, so you guys cutting a path, you see a tree that has, it's a tall shank, and it's unseasonably barren. Like, it has no leaves on it.
So you're saying it's a tree that's different from the other trees.
Well, it's a tall shank, right? So it's quite a large tree, but it has no leaves on it.
Is there any settlements on it?
No, you don't see any settlements on it.
That's kind of weird. It's not really my jam, though, so, it's a tree without any leaves. Maybe something just got to the roots.
Yeah, like, if nothing happens if we drive by,
Nope.
I think we'll just keep going.
Okay.
Gotta make up some time. I'm going to forge ahead. This is a day of traveling.
Yes.
Everyone's doing tasks downstairs or is up here looking out on the seas.
Yeah, well, I'm going to actually, before I get you to roll for your forge ahead, I'm going to switch spotlight to Jisun and Rook. Jisun, what are you doing?
Well, I feel a little bit bad about being so direct with Rook last night, because that clearly had an emotional impact on her. So I'm going to make a fluffy, like, honey dessert or something like that to go and bridge the peace and go approach her in the den of bees.
The den of bees. I love it.
Just makes me think of bees the size of bears.
Be careful, they're hibernating.
They're hibernating.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like when you get into the engine room, I'm like, it is pretty apparent that I'm still like wearing exactly the same thing I was the night before. I have not slept, but I'm like in that kind of weird sleep deprived work. Like if you think of somebody who stayed up all night and is still writing their essay, and like the bees are just kind of like in a mode of just like harvest and fuel and harvest and fuel, and like they're just going back and forth, and I'm just really trying to make sure like everything is like perfect.
You're focusing maybe a little bit too hard on tasks that maybe don't need quite that much attention.
Exactly, yeah. Like that has to be perfectly oiled, perfectly angled, perfectly screwed in, perfectly wired, like everything is just like, I feel like it's like in my mind my penance is to put this ship in perfect working order so that we can get there as quickly as possible.
So I'm gonna approach Rook quietly and like get her attention, like touch her the sleeve of her shirt or whatever, and I'm gonna proffer this little dessert to her with no words.
Fully like unaware of other beings, like being touched is like oh my god, and then like seeing it's you and like, hi, I was just working on the ship.
Yeah, I can see that. You've been at it a while. You should probably eat something. And I'm going to kind of like gesture the little plate at her.
Like, thank you. Suddenly aware of how hungry I am. Shouldn't we wait until breakfast?
We're way past breakfast.
What time is it?
It's probably a good
No,
bit
this is
past breakfast.
me asking him what time it is.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm normally asking you.
While she's eating, I'm gonna say, actually, I did have a really big idea, and I won't be able to accomplish it without you. So I really need your expertise here.
Okay.
It's something of a technical project.
Okay.
So what I was thinking is we could use this rainbow fruit seedling that we picked up at the last island. And I mean, it's probably not going to be producing fruit for a while, at least
Right.
not to the scale where we can use it. So I wanted to basically use it to feed pollen to the bees.
So when he says that, Rook just starts staring at the fruit and is like dead silent for a solid 3.5 minutes, because she's just now like she's heard the idea, she's now mulling over the idea, she's like planning, working. Yes, this like there's basically her brain right now is the beehive of just yes, and if I do this, then we can make this work and blah 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 blah. But like on the outside, it's just like ice silence.
I'm just going to be a mushroom.
Cool.
Aw.
So like after like necessary minutes, and at this point, like finished eating the food, swallow, look at him. Yeah, that could work. And then I just kind of like sheepishly go up to him and like, can I have the plant?
I'm going to hand her the seedling with that sort of like reverent, like, I don't really want to hand this to anyone, but I can trust you.
Kind of recognizing that, I go, okay, I'm gonna have to plant this in and amongst the others. I might have to plug some things into it. Is that okay?
You know what's best.
Cool. And then I set to work incorporating this seedling into an appropriate environment for it, and in a way that kind of like directly gets to the bees, also possibly creating like space around it, because I don't want too much bee power getting through it at once. So like I'm kind of like netting it in. I do have still some fern that I can use. Also, I've got a battery that I might be able to focus in. I don't know. How do you want me to do this?
Actually, I have a rusted man trap. You could probably use as like a frame to like give it its own little greenhouse.
Oh, that's true. And I have some sailcloth here too that we could use to create like a pollen tent.
Okay. So sorry, who had the trap?
I've got the rusted man trap.
Okay. So you at one point, like maybe like 20 minutes later, just get Scraps coming up to you with a little sign tied around his neck saying, "Can I have the man trap, please? R."
The one is randomly stashed in the galley. Like, can I have your thing? I just like a check mark on it, all curious, and kind of go back to steering the ship past this creepy tall shank.
Cool. Scraps come back, and I start to tinker, and I build this mechanism. I do have tool belts. Am I rolling for this to get this?
No,
done?
you don't need to roll for this. Don't worry.
Okay.
About it.
Cool.
You can't break it.
So there's that, and again, is it possible that the mire gets activated here?
No, this is
Okay.
Myers. You mark Myers when you see horrific things. This would actually probably clear a mire if you had a mire.
Well, I feel like I'm partially motivated by obsession and partially motivated by guilt right now.
That's fair.
Like
Like, you can
it's like,
play your
oh,
character
I have
however
a convenient thing to obsess over and channel all my shame into.
Yeah.
Yay.
But like Myers are negative things, so like this is helping. A mire would be like he comes to you with this thing that he wants to do, and you're like, no, I'm tinkering with this old watch I have or something.
Got it.
So yeah, Myers are like a deliberate negative versus yeah.
So yeah, I spend a couple hours putting this together.
Okay, and you're using that sailcloth you said too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll donate my sailcloth to it. Yeah.
And do I
Okay.
should I use up my fern or no?
No,
I
you
think
don't need
that's
to
good.
use
I have a casing for it.
Yeah,
so
you got 2 and then the item. So yeah, you guys tinker around, the 2 of you, and you create an overburner basically for your ship. So your speed increases on your ship. as these
Yay.
bees now have nitrous.
Hooray! Nitrous bees.
First they get drugged by Jisun, and now they're just getting overloaded with like hyper pollen.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Next, we drift it.
It's like it's NOS, naturally organic stuff.
There you go. Okay, and you were forging ahead. So,
Correct.
roll away, Gomez.
Glad I didn't do that first and rocking you around inside engineering. God, our ship is so balanced.
It's a nice ship, honestly.
Not a single gun.
I roll a 1.
A 1, okay.
Man, I love rolling 1 on the double movement. Every time I'm associated with a 1 with that. The first time I rolled it.
Yeah, you guys
Forge ahead at night, roll 1.
trucking, like, just going as fast as you guys can along here, trying to make up some lost time. You hear sounds of, like, movement under the waves. And, like, things moving and, like, yelping and running as you, like, are crashing over them and through them and stuff.
I vote we keep going unless we see a reason to stop.
I agree.
Okay.
Does it like come out? Like
Nope,
we see
nope.
we hear crashing or something?
Yeah, you just hear, like, crashing and, like, munching and,
Ugh.
like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are
We keep
we
going.
stopped?
No, you're
No.
you're going. You went through this stuff.
All right.
Thing.
Way to go. Go
I'm
ship.
so afraid that like all these things are like really important stuff will be sadly missed.
You know what? That's a sacrifice that Balto is willing to make.
Yeah, Balto didn't stick around. He heard munching.
It wasn't. It was just a dead tree. We've seen lots of those.
I remember what happened when Balto fought a bear. It went poorly. At least that bear didn't cause fires.
For the third turn, we're going to. Is it daylight or is it daylight still?
It is your last turn of daylight.
I will cut a path
Okay.
because I don't want to like careen off into the night.
Oh, okay.
Today went relatively well so
That's
far, and I
fair.
don't want to mess that up.
You just did.
I know,
Okay.
I said it. I Ben 10'd it.
Okay. 6 is perfect.
Oh, Gomez, my Spike brother.
You guys going through, it's absolutely calm and smooth sailing. You're able to, anyone who's injured can heal 1 for free. I think that's only Jisun is injured. So Jisun,
But my
okay.
tiredness.
Yeah, you can remove your tiredness from your track, and yeah, you guys just have the first smooth sailing of this trip. Just nice, calm leaves go by as the rustling relaxes you and soothes you.
Could my bird get healed?
Yes. I didn't realize you were injured, but yes.
The bird is,
You
because I have the damage on the aspect.
Oh yeah. Then yes, your bird is healed.
Perfect. Yeah, I think we're just taking it in.
I'll take time if we like have time for like an action or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go
think
for
I'm gonna actually weigh anchor for like the full night cycle, so we'll have 2 rounds.
Well, like usually a 6 is like everybody has time for a montage or something. Like it's just peaceful.
Yeah, but I assume you get a montage and then you weigh anchor and you can kind of have you guys get a longer montage is what I'll kind of give you.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, what's your goal for this, Jisun? Or not Jisun, sorry, Gomez?
I'm going to tinker around with the stuff that we found, like the rusted battery and then the phonograph, those records, and I'm going to use that to gain 1 point of craft as I try to like figure out if I could recreate it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Stuff like that.
Very cool.
Question about the engine. If it
Yeah.
does have exhaust, is it now multicolored?
Yeah.
Except when
Sure.
we push it and the bees are using the pollen, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be like a Oh yeah, that's good.
We are a magical rainbow music boat.
Dude, we're the most toxic thing on the seas. If something eats us, it just melts.
It's gonna be so high.
For the sound of canine Christmas carols.
Sorry, what? Is
One of the records we found was canine Christmas carols.
that what you're doing for the montage?
Well, he was learning craft for the montage, and part of that was definitely playing canine Christmas. He's trying to teach Scraps how to sing.
Nice.
Very cool. Is anyone else doing montages or any
I feel like I'm kind of in that wired state of, you know, when you're overtired so you can't sleep, you know, that kind of feel.
Yeah.
I feel like kind of I realize that that's where I am, and I'm have like just enough self-awareness to go, this isn't good. So I just always kind of imagine that I have a hammock set up somewhere, so I grab that and I go over to the galley, and I, you know, like make myself a cup of tea, and I take it up to just like the top deck, and I just kind of like string it up, and I just kind of try to calm myself down and maybe try and doze off a bit, just like under the stars.
Nice.
I'm going to, since I have time to now, finally, I'm going to take the Iron Jaw flesh that we got, like, what was that, like a week ago, a little more?
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the pineapple balloon that we got, I think, like 4 or 5 days ago. And I'm going to crack that together, or I'm going to crack that open and make questionable sashimi with pineapple.
Nice. Okay, so you're doing a cooking action?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, roll away.
Oh, it's
Oh,
like
boy.
fermented shark with
It should be really
Oh,
good.
that's gonna be
with
I'm gonna
like
lie, this is
sour
gonna be
pineapple.
delicious.
Oh, that's
Oh,
gonna be
it's
good.
gonna be so good. So what is that? It's gonna be 46?
Yes.
Yes.
Leviathan Surströmming.
1 for my instinct, 3 for my skill, and
I'll give you.
I get an advantage for the galley.
Yes, you do get an advantage for the galley. So yes, you're right.
Okay, so I'm rolling, and it is a 6 with a twist.
Oh,
Ooh.
cool.
Okay, so your creation gains a beneficial 2-track aspect, and it's related. And then, does anyone have a twist for this? It's a something useful. You can also just get a 3rd track if you don't have a twist idea.
There's enough of the pineapple juice left over to turn into a sweet treat for the bees, make them extra efficient for the next day.
I like that.
Yeah, okay. So we use up both of those. And then you have, I'll write this down, the next action, if you take it, will move you 1 extra box, no matter what action it is.
Nice.
Weigh anchor.
Just burning
Those
out.
bees can't stop. They won't stop. You can't make them stop.
Leaving the
Even
parking
better.
brake
We
on.
who run the night.
Nice.
Okay, and yeah, you can choose to eat that yourself or give it to someone else, and it will give some kind of benefit when they eat it.
Another good twist I've used sometimes, is like a good fallback for cooking, is if it's a good, like a 6 with a twist, is making it a 1-track and letting everyone on the crew have some.
Oh, that's not a bad idea too, yeah. But I think we're going to call it a night there, because we've kind of ended a nice day. You've ended day 4 now, and we'll call it a night here.
Today went really well. We traveled very fast.
Yeah, you did good. So I was Ian.
I am Austin.
I'll always be Bev.
And I'm Dylan.
Sometimes I'm Jonathan.
And we're sponsored by nobody. Signing off.